All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the ships at sea, welcome to the Oddball Show, brought to you by Oddball Magazine and GP Line Productions. Over the past few months, we've delved deep into a range of topics, from hip-hop to WWE to Flategate and Andy Kaufman, to Billy Corgan and Hulk Hogan themed poetry, and more serious issues like the eradication of Boston's poet populist position, mental illness, and making a living as a striving artist, and of course the racial culture here in the United States in light of the host of race-related injustices over the past year. Tonight, we're going to do something different. We're going to switch it up. Tonight is the Profman Variety Hour, and I am your host, and you may call me Prof. Tonight's topics will be diverse, but equally pointed in their potency. We'll laugh, we'll debate, someone may pass out, and play some games. All on tonight's Oddball Show. But first, let me introduce you to tonight's panel of oddballs. Going around the circle, and everybody please just say a little hello to the peoples. We have Mr. Jason Wright, the host, owner and CEO of Oddball Magazine. You can find them at oddballmagazine.com. Jason.
Yes. Hey.
Say hello.
Prof, how are you today, man? I am doing wonderful.
I feel fantastic. I hope you all are ready for a good Oddball Show here.
I am queued up and ready to go. I'm ready. I'm live. Let's do this.
All right. Let's slide to Jason's left, in cyberspace, to his partner, Chad Parento, the man who runs every Monday night, the Stone Soup Poetry Open Mic. Always a good time in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Chad, say hello.
Hello, Mr. and Miss America and all the people out there. This is Chad Parento, CEO of Oddball, patron emeritus of, actually co-CEO, co-vice president of Oddball, CEO and patron emeritus of Stone Soup. Patron emeritus, God, sounds like the worst book title ever. Anyway, I am calling in from an undisclosed location, and I'm thrilled about the next couple of days of not just at Oddball Magazine, but the next couple of weeks at Stone Soup, getting ready for Colin Killick this Monday night, this coming Monday night on July 6th. I believe it's going to be hosted by Jason Wright that night. And 2 weeks from now, more on this later, is the next Stone Soup Slam, is hosted by Matt Parker and Didi Delgado and the people of Soup. But that's enough to talk about on my plate. Over back to you, Prof.
All right, and we'll come back to my other partner in just a second. But tonight, as our special guest, it is a great pleasure to welcome the third wheel, the third piece to the triumvirate that is JP Line Productions, Mr. Colvin Johnson, a.k.a. Spaceman. Spaceman, say hello to the people.
Hey, what's up, folks? Great to be on. Thanks for having me.
Excellent, excellent. How's your day been so far, my friend? I heard that we'll talk a little bit about what's going on at jpnineproductions.com in a minute, but I heard you had some construction issues on Saturday. Has that worked out for you? Are you getting the proper amount of sleep?
Yeah, we can talk about it more later, but things
Everything's cool.
over, as Joe said.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Well, Colgan, we'll check back in with you in just a second. Flying in from Puerto Rico, he will be live with us in only moments. He's made a special trip back from his glorious vacation in the Caribbean, and he will come and say hello in just a second as soon as his plane lands. Scholar is here live on the podcast, and we're glad to have him. I am your host, Prof. I am a little bit of what JP Line Productions is all about. We're bringing you hip-hop, poetry, sports, culture, all with a crunchy hip-hop center at jpnineproductions.com. We'll talk more about that later on, but my name is Prof.
Boom!
Just come find me. All right. And I'm just getting word, actually, I see an air traffic controller outside. I'm getting word that Ivan's plane is landed. Ivan, are you in the building, and how are you?
I'm in the building, man. I just checked out a baggage claim. I'm all unpacked.
Why are you
Comfortable.
broadcasting from an airport? That seems like a bad idea.
Hey, man, we oddballs do crazy shit. No, I'm totally zenned out, man. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back in Boston. I love that dirty water. I had a nice week and a half off. But you know, there's no place like home. Home is where home is where the heart is. So I'm looking forward to a fun, fantastic oddball show tonight, as they all are. What's up, everybody? What's up, Spaceman?
Welcome back. Welcome back, Mr. JP. Ivan. Oh, sorry.
He said it. That's a mess.
I meant to say it this time. Hey, Jason, why'd you keep on yelling boom while Ivan's in the airport? Airports love hearing that.
Bombardier. Bomb, 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 bomb.
Who put the bomb in the bomb? Anyway.
All right, well, guys, thank you all for being on there. And thanks to all of you out there tuning in on what's called the Al Gore Network, a.k.a. the Internet. YOLO, you only live online. As I said, we're going to cover a lot of ground tonight, but to kick things off, since we're approaching the July 4th weekend, and please be both safe and awesome as you celebrate your holiday, I figured it would be a perfect opportunity to see what our panel knows about our country's independence with a game we like to call, What Do You Know About Your Country's Independence? Yeah. I've asked all the oddballs to bring along with them a sound effect, just so that I am clear and our listening audience is clear. Can we go around the table and just clarify your sound effect? Jason, what will you be using?
I am using orange Tic Tacs.
All right.
That is so sad.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
We're low-fi here at the Oddball Show, man.
Just so the people know, when we weren't live, I first heard that. It just sounded like clacky clack. I'm like, that sounds like a masturbating animatronic. Like, what was that? That is so bad.
No one knows what an animatronic is, but a typewriter, yeah.
Automaton, or sorry, masturbating typewriter, yes, but.
Hashtag masturbating typewriter.
Hashtag masturbating typewriter.
Share it with your friends, please.
Is that how a robot does it? Robot, I thought you were supposed to be efficient. You're taking too long. Anyway. Oh, it's good to be back.
What sound effects will you be using this evening?
Oh my.
Chad Parento.
My buzzer is just simply. I'm low tech. I am the lowest of low tech tonight.
That's low tech. That's very low tech. That's no tech. No tech.
That's no technology whatsoever. No moving parts. No moving tic tacs. At all.
Well, that's Jesus.
Did you say space?
Yes.
All right. I got a nice old-fashioned whistle, man. Did you hear it? Old-fashioned whistle.
There it is.
Oh!
And round in the corners, Scholar, what's your sound effect, please?
All right, we're going to go with... There we go.
Beautiful. Come on in, join the fun. What do you all know about your country's independence? All right, question number one.
Shit.
What day was the Declaration of Independence signed on? Oh, that sounds like Jason's rattle. Jason?
Friday.
Oh, points, Jason.
Jackass.
I heard a whistle coming from the Spaceman corner. What do we have for a second guess?
Alex Trebek said Thursday.
You son of bitches. You're all fired.
I call foul. I have an MFA in creative writing. To get that, I had to specifically unlearn everything I learned in college and high school.
All right, well, then you'll probably do better in our second. The actual answer, for those of you who are curious, is that most people still think it was signed on July 4th. That was the day that we actually ratified the Declaration of Independence. It was signed by most of the signers on August 2nd. August 2nd?
I was going to go with July 1st.
What's that?
I was going to go with July 1st.
July 2nd, actually, is the day that John Adams says should be our Day of Independence. That was the day that we resolved, or that independence was actually declared. They approved the resolution on July 4th, and then they send out all kinds of newspapers. But July 2nd, John Adams said, was our Day of Independence. And that is today. So those of you out there that would like to start celebrating, John Adams says that it's okay.
So in a way, today's the anniversary of bullshit bureaucracy. You know, this should have been the day of independence, but we had to do red tape. We had to go through it. You know, it makes sense. I totally get it.
Well said. Get a burger.
Hey, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Do we lose points for wrong answers?
You only in my mind.
Okay.
We only
Yeah,
lose
cool
respect.
You
point.
only lose respect points here on the Oddball Show.
So I'm not in danger of getting deported back to Puerto Rico on July 1st.
Dude, how would you get deported out of Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico's in the country, dude.
Yeah, that was part of the joke, man.
Oh, alright.
There we go.
Oh, don't pick on Puerto Rico, all tucked away up there. Yes, that was a Simpsons joke. Sue me.
No, that's great. That's fantastic.
Hey, we're gonna have to come back to the Simpsons probably later in the show because that's just on everybody's mind tonight.
Yeah.
We were talking about that pre-show and about what does America actually feel about the Simpsons? Are they like is it a burnt out comedy fad, or people respect it more than they like it?
Yep.
It's an interesting idea. We'll come
I
back.
think we should talk about that because honestly, The Simpsons is the bomb-ass show ever created. Ever.
All right, so let's do question number 2 on our July 4th trivia, and we'll put some Simpsons in the show for later on.
Oh, dude, I don't know them all.
Of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence, how many were born in the United States? I don't.
None of them.
None. That is correct, my friend, because the United States is not. Of the 56, how many were born in England?
Oh, yeah, all of them, except for one.
No, 8 were born in England. Many of them were born here.
Hey, Tic Tac Attack! You didn't put it on your freaking buzzer. Come on.
Tic Tac
You did not
Attack.
freeze in the form of a question. I'm sorry.
I was going to guess a...
Here's a good one. Which president of ours was born on the 4th of July?
Tom Cruise.
That's a good one.
I call on Jason. Thank
Tom Cruise.
you. Tom Cruise has not yet been president.
I'm sorry, Mr. Oddball. Is it you didn't put your answer in the form of an obscene gerund? We're going to have to take off 20 points.
Did you say an
What
obscene
is
gerund?
Tom Cruise?
Yes.
That's
What
awesome.
is Tom Cruise? Seriously. That's a great question.
What is Tom Cruise?
Just in general.
Yeah,
What is
really.
Tom Cruise?
I don't
Okay,
know.
okay. Wait. I got to guess.
All right. I call on Scholar.
All right. Let's see. Calvin Coolidge?
Wow.
Dude,
Wow,
you're
you
cheating.
must know a lot about our 30th president, Mr. Calvin Coolidge, who was born on July 4th, 1872.
There you
Scholar.
go.
Or he's just
That's
finally got
amazing.
On the board. Officially
That's
on the board.
amazing.
Hey,
Yeah.
Google, thanks for the answer, Google.
I'm just trying to stay in the country, man.
I'm trying not to get the quarterback to a beach where he was living
Did
it
you
up.
bing that answer?
Oh, man.
Did you ask Jeeves?
Here's a good one. When we declared
Jeez.
independence in 1776, how many people were estimated to be living here in what will become the United States?
In 1776, you said?
Yep, 1776. I will take the closest answer. Ding
I'll
dong.
take a
Scholar,
guess.
come on in.
I'm going to go with, let's see. I'm going to go with 56,000.
56,000. No, it's considerably more than that. Anybody else can guess? Jason?
1776.
That is
Thousand.
a year.
No, wait, no.
For the record, that's considerably less than
1776,000.
56,000.
That's also true. That's considerably less.
1776,000 is way more than. All right.
Oh, Spaceman.
No, Spaceman. Spaceman has an answer.
500,000. 500,000.
No. In 1776, there were 2.5 million people living here. Can you believe that?
Holy crap.
Interesting fact about all those people, Prof. They're dead.
What's that? Not a single one of them is still alive today.
Now, Prof, I guess you could call it a serious question about that fact, or that stat, I should say. Does that include indentured servants, slaves? Does that take into account like the whole 2/3 or 1/3 of a man, or whatever the the fraction was. I'm forgetting my U.S. history. Or is that just like? Do you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah. The place that I actually read it from, it was an estimation, so it wasn't a census stat. So I gotta, from what I was reading, I gotta say that it probably include. Well, actually, I don't know, man. That's a really good question. I was gonna say, given what I was reading, it seems like it would include slaves and everybody else, because that's an estimation. But that's a good question.
I would imagine
to ask for that, yo.
I can imagine the numbers must have been skewed, man.
Hell yeah.
Well, of course it's skewed, but in an estimation like that, would whoever I was reading from have taken into account slaves?
What's your plus minus though? Wow.
A couple million, probably.
Yo, what?
Well,
I love America.
Even all that aside, that must have been the worst job in the world to be a census taker for the United States. You know, like you basically you have to run like 7,000 miles because we missed someone in Connecticut.
You know, right? Or you were like getting chased out by stones.
You go back to D.C. Did they have any Cubans? They didn't. I forgot to ask. Go back and check.
Go back and check.
Like, don't you remember? I don't know if it's still the same thing. I have not taken a census in a very long time. But I remember Census 2000. Do you remember like when there were protests saying like burn your Census 2000 forms? I actually took the census then. It was my first time ever living on my own after graduating, and I just remember the one question they kept on asking me, like, do you have any Cubans? Do you know of anyone here? Does your roommates have Cubans living? Like, I'm like, no, we have no one from Cuba living in our small, like, 2.5 bedroom apartment. Like, it was
Miami
just
at the time?
No, I was living in Brookline, and I don't think Brookline has a heavy Cuban population.
They're looking for Cubans in Brookline?
They were looking for Cubans everywhere.
Everywhere.
I swear to God, they asked me that question like almost like what seemed to be like 10 times, and I'm just like, for the last time, there are no Cubans living here. This is even before Elian Gonzalez. I'm like, what is the point of this?
Well, Chad, I got a question for you. As the elder statesman of the group, were you
sakes.
pro or against independence back in 1776? You know my last name's Parento. To answer that question, I was the one they all laughed at because I'm like, I think we should call France for help, but they all laughed at me and they never acknowledged me. I said, I think with France we can win.
Oh man!
But they said I was Canadian, so that doesn't count.
Was it like a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure situation that you went back in time and Napoleon and the piggy and all that shit? I saw that over the weekend, so I figured.
Jason, how could you fuck up a Chad is old joke? That's all you had to. Like, how did you do that?
He's old.
Exactly. Now you're putting time travel in there. Did Bill and Ted come and talk to me? I don't know. I don't know where your premise is going with this.
Be excellent to each other.
Yes, he said it.
An attempt to get back on
the bottom of my wedding program.
Oh yeah.
On the very back and the bottom.
Be excellent
to each other.
Useless trivia that I remember. A friend of mine actually, when he had to give the speech for someone I knew in writing class back in college, he talked about having to give like a wedding toast for his friend, and he actually used the phrase "be excellent to each other." Like he actually quoted from Bill and Ted.
It's perfect. It's like
Did he have pegged pants?
Oh Jesus! I will.
Did he have pegged pants and a crew cut? Was he wearing a champion sweater at the time?
Oh God! Jason's trying to get into the next Bill and Ted sequel as the least important person in the world. Like. Didn't they have like 3 important people in the world? But anyway.
They were.
You know that Keanu Reeves is 50, like 1 or 2 years old?
Whoa! That's far out! It's the worst actor of all time, man.
Before we turn the younger people off of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure forever, I will recommend people go to Epic Rap Battles on YouTube and watch the rap battle between Bill and Ted and Lewis and Clark.
Oh my God, they got one?
Yes.
That's great.
It,
We'd put
Those
it up
are
on
pretty awesome, actually. I really like those rap battles. There's a lot of them.
I saw one like
on that
Einstein
channel.
versus Freud or something like that. It was great.
it was Einstein versus Stephen Hawking.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Apparently,
Stephen Hawking has an 80s synthesizer. It's perfect.
It's pretty great, yeah. Epic rap battle of the century!
Oh God. So, are we supposed to know more about history? Prof, do you have any more questions?
Yeah, I got a couple more, and then we'll switch. A couple more on our July 4th trivia. For the moment, Ivan is actually ahead 1-0.
No, I got the Friday right.
I got one question.
Wait,
Dude, I think you get demerits for ruining the old joke into like the Bill and Ted thing. Like you could have been up 4-0 and now you're down -4-0.
So,
it's very much
15 love right now?
man.
huh?
Let's keep track on Abacus.
So wait a minute. Even though I got one question, let me get this straight. Even though I got one question right, I'm behind by one, but I'm up ahead with 20 humans. I get it.
Wow, does everybody take their protein powder today? Because everyone is on.
All right, a couple more questions here. Let's see. 3 of our first 5 presidents died on the 4th of July. That is a crazy fact. 2 of them on the same day. Do you know who they are?
Oh, I know. John Adams and Jefferson.
John Adams and Jefferson died on the same day. Do you know who the other was that also died on July 4th?
Quincy Adams?
How about Sam Adams? No, I only know those 2 died because I remember hearing about it in history class that they despised each other so much that they were just waiting for the other one to die.
Did Patch Adams have anything to do with it?
Oh God.
No.
He's a long lost relative. No, well, you know what? Actually, I'm pretty sure that Chad. I'm pretty sure one of their last words. I think Jefferson dies first. They die on the same day, the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence.
They planned it. They took the purple
I'm pretty sure one of their last words. I'm pretty sure Jefferson goes like, "Adams survives." You know. So while they feuded with each other, whoever died first was super excited. The other one, would live on.
You know, Prof. You know what that is? That is Adams' family values right there. That's what that is. That's.
In a room just surrounded by bad puns just flying out.
Yeah. You should see me at work sometimes when I wait. Oh man. Defeat.
Oh, here's a great question. Here's a good one. In the movie National Treasure, Nick Cage is on a mission for the Declaration of Independence and a secret map supposedly hidden in the back. Is Nick Cage truly just a tool, or is he simply misunderstood? Ooh, I call on Jason.
Tool.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. Nick Cage is a tool. By the way, there was not a map on the back of the Declaration of Independence, but it does say there's someone at some point wrote the original Declaration of Independence, dated July 4th, 1776. No one knows who wrote it.
I believe it was Jebediah Springfield.
And someone wrote it, on the back while it was rolled back. The sequel to the movie Independence Day, titled Independence Day Resurgence, is coming our way in 2016. Cast is complete, includes absolutely everybody from the first, except for Will Smith. Is this ridiculous?
It's gonna be.
I call it Jason.
It's gonna be a fun adventure filled with nudity.
I call on Scholar.
Yes, it is absolutely ridiculous.
Point Scholar. Double point Scholar.
Thank you. Woo!
I think Will Smith should be in Independence Day, too.
Of course he should be in it. It's not Independence Day without Will Smith.
Why is he not in Independence Day 2? Who is going to be in?
Oh, because he's doing other stuff. He's doing that DC supervillain movie.
You know who won't be in it? Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid won't be in that movie unless they do some weird Bill and Ted shit.
He got sucked up. But you know who is that also died in that movie.
Do I get points for knowing Randy Quaid?
But can you tell the difference between Randy Quaid and Dennis Quaid?
I can, yes.
You get bonus points for acting like Randy Quaid in Independence Day.
All right.
Randy Quaid. But you know what's weird? The scientist who
Shitter's full.
who the alien grabs his head is also in this movie. Is in the second one. You know, the weird, crazy scientist with long, scraggly hair. And the alien makes him talk to the president. That dude is in this movie. How?
Well, how are they going to do a second Independence Day? They already blew up the White House in that one, right?
Well, I don't know. They could build another White House. Yeah, that's the most famous scene in Independence Day. It's 20 years later, and I don't know the plot. I can't really remember, but it's 20 years later, and somehow we start some shit with aliens.
I would like to see a second Deep Impact. That's what I'd like to see.
Ooh.
Yeah. See how they... Or a Mars Attacks, maybe. Maybe do that one over.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're talking. Mars Attacks. I would like to see a second one.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just about like a cookout, and the aliens come and like raid the cookout. You know what I mean?
Maybe share recipes.
Yeah,
Maybe.
How do you do kebab on your planet?
They'll be like, hey, I brought wheat rolls if you're gluten free. It starts a big battle.
Oh my God.
All right,
Well, here's
Jason.
something that I wanted to. Go ahead.
I was just gonna. Jason's now 1 for 15 in the joke department. That was good. And that's just in the last 10 minutes.
I've been throwing some zingers, man. I don't know.
It's key to being a stand-up. You gotta keep trying, man.
Dude,
Well,
you're
you
throwing
know-
Up there and see what happens.
You get knocked up. You get knocked down. Wait, that wasn't what I meant to say.
You get knocked up and you get right back down.
Oh,
Well, here's
God.
actually something I wanted to bring up real quick, or not real quick, but just switch gears. Unless we want to jump to Simpsons, because I have.
I love The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons.
All right, you guys had that on the brain. Let's do that first, and then we'll come right back to what I was, because this July 4th, an awesome rock concert is going on. So I want to talk a little bit about that, and then I want to talk about people's some musical interest. But the question on everybody's brain before we started all this was The Simpsons, and are they a burnt-out comedy fad, or are they really still America's comedy sweetheart? Are they lost out to the Family Guy? This is not a buzzing situation, my friend, but all on top.
Are we not keeping points anymore?
Oh, yeah.
We can.
Bring him on the
run
trivia.
all night long, man. I'll keep track.
I'm gonna say washed up, respect more than like. That answer.
I'm gonna say it's the best show of all time. But what I'm gonna say is that every time there's a Simpsons episode now, it's like a movie. It's like a very well written movie, like a 30-minute movie. Like before, like back in the day, they were like, they were just doing their thing. But now it's like they know they've been on for like 1,000 years, and they're gonna slowly phase it out. But it's gonna be remaining the best show ever on television, ever.
How do you think it'll be without Harry Shearer?
I think it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be the same thing difficult without Edie Wallace. Is that her name? Edie Wallace?
And I heard I haven't watched it all. I heard that
Marsha Wallace. Sorry.
Homer and Marge are going to get a trial separation. I heard that's part of this season.
I also heard that in the new House of Horrors, the new Tree House of Horrors, that Bart is gonna meet his maker by someone who's been trying to kill him for years.
Sideshow Bob?
Sideshow Bob.
Yeah. That's what's gonna happen.
Is that a spoiler, or was I not supposed to say that?
Doesn't that happen in every Treehouse of Horrors?
No, but
I was gonna say yeah.
but this is gonna be like he's gonna die. He's gonna get killed by.
I think before we go any further, I think Spaceman Bob buzzed in.
Oh my gosh! I didn't hear the buzz.
Did you buzz in?
How are you, brother?
I'm chilling, man. I really can't believe The Simpsons is still on TV. Chad, you're the man. I appreciate that. I was trying to follow rules. You know what I'm saying?
Good luck.
That never works well here.
Welcome to the audience.
Man,
Just gotta jump in.
crazy. But how many years has The Simpsons been on TV? And no, I don't think it's still the illest show ever.
Since 1989. And before that, they were on the Tracy Ullman show.
First season.
Yep. So 1989. That is a 26-year-old show.
The same time slot as well, pretty much.
Yeah, man. Sunday at 8 o'clock, dude. They've been killing
it was originally on Thursday during the.
It was Thursdays for a while, yeah.
It shared a slot. It shared the same time slot as the Cosby Show, I think, for quite a time.
Oh man, really?
Yes.
Oh yeah, because like when The Simpsons first came out, they were really controversial. They were very controversial. A lot of people didn't like.
I mean,
let
there
their kids watch The Simpsons.
There were no adult themed cartoons, you know.
Yeah.
True.
They were the first one to break that trend. And
Well,
you know, Bart was a bad acting little kid, you know, and Homer was a somewhat domestic violent father. There was some stuff on there, you know.
Right. But see, in the beginning, dude, the focus was on Bart. But to survive the show, they switched the focus on Homer. And they consider and the other cast members, like Disco Stew does disco music, you know, shit like that. Because like they're so funny, but like Bart couldn't carry the show forever. Bart was not that good of a character that he could carry the show forever. Homer, when he changed his voice, in the third season, then he got really funny. That's like when he's like Simpson, Homer Simpson. I'm the greatest guy in history. That's third season. He's like, Simpson, Homer Simpson, I'm about to hit a chestnut tree. Then he hits a tree. And that's hilarious. That's good humor, man. And like, dude, think about all the people who came through on The Simpsons.
One of my favorites. Say it again.
Conan O'Brien came through on The Simpsons. Bob Odenkirk came through on The Simpsons. You know, not James L. Brooks. The other guy.
Macaroni?
It is.
No.
If people were having fun, like, woohoo, I would get it.
Huh? You just got smacked down, man.
That's good humor right there.
It was funny. I get
Not
it.
the parties involved, but the rest of us.
Yeah, well,
That's hilarious.
But I think what you were saying about Homer, like that transition is a pretty brilliant move on the part of a showrunner. You know,
they changed his voice.
They changed his voice, but they changed the focus from the protagonist from the first three seasons to they switched to a different character because, you know, I don't know whether it was testing with audiences and stuff, like how you figure that out. But that was brilliant.
You know exactly
what TV characters ever.
Definitely.
Bart's okay, but Homer's is one of the best TV characters ever made.
You know what I like about The Simpsons is that it's not. I'm gonna give some shade to Family Guy for a second. All right. So Family Guy kind of doesn't develop the characters like The Simpsons have developed the characters.
Are you serious?
No, I'm totally serious. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You don't think so? You don't think so?
I mean, finish your thought. I'll chime in when I chime in. Go ahead.
The supporting cast of the Simpsons is like 50, 60, 70 people deep. You ever see that poster of all the Simpsons characters? Like,
how many of those characters are actually developed, dude?
Dude, Mo, Disco Stew, Artie Ziff, the comic book guy, the guy who died. They're all developed. They all had some kind of, you know, like Mr. Burns and shit. Like they're all developed characters, man. That's why that show is awesome because they took time to develop the characters. Not just do the shit that Family Guy does, which that's not bad. But I'm just saying, The Simpsons, for what they did, and then also like South Park, also like those are the two that really just kind of have survived the war of The Simpsons. Also, there was a great South Park episode. Did you guys see the South Park episode of the Cartoon Wars? Did you guys ever see that one? South Park, Simpsons, Family Guy.
I'm not a big South Park fan, really.
No, really.
Are you talking about the one where they riff on Family Guy for doing a show where they show Muhammad, that whole satire?
Well, that was another one they did. There was one where they exposed the Family Guy writers to be manatees. That come up with jokes and like non sequiturs that don't make sense. It's like, I don't know, whatever. But I don't know. I agree that the Family Guy has gone come from a long way, but like the Simpsons have just developed all their characters and their cast of supporting characters. But Seth MacFarlane is a genius, and I know we were talking about that earlier, Ivan. That Seth is getting hated on a little bit, but I mean, he's just like he's right there in the landscape of things. Like he's gonna continue to go with Family Guy after The Simpsons is gone, because The Simpsons are not gonna last much longer. They've just left behind an amazing legacy that can't be beat.
I don't know if the Family Guy's gonna last that much longer either, man. MacFarlane himself, talks about how he wants to be done with Family Guy.
Really?
Same kind of thing. He doesn't want to beat it for 2 decades. Oh yeah.
Well,
he's looking to be out soon, but it's how can you possibly leave the thing that is both your legacy and your biggest cash cow? Like, how are you ever going to walk away from that? How are you going to pull a Dave Chappelle?
He made Ted 2. He made the American
Sure, but you still got to stop doing Family Guy. You can do all that stuff and do Family Guy, but I know that he talks often about it how he doesn't.
I'm going to say Family Guy is going to be on the. I'm going to say they're going to be on for another 5 years before this, and the Simpsons are going to last like another 2 years. I think that's my prediction.
You know what I think is going to happen? I think Simpsons and Family Guy are going to wait to see who gets canceled first, and it'll be Homer survives, and then they'll last one more year if Family Guy goes first, and then that'll be it.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Adam.
I think there's
it's going to be
a good chance they'll influence each other.
It's going to be like Adams and Jefferson all over again.
Yeah. Bringing it back.
Recall business.
Oh, fantastic, man. Fantastic. Recording it back. Around. I can't believe you did that. Points for Chad.
But to go back to your original,
how did you do that, Chad? That was amazing.
Oh dear God.
Since you actually brought it back full circle, I wanted to jump back to what's going on this weekend with July 4th.
Amazing.
I have my own personal plans, but there's something big going on musically that I'm really into. So I want to go to that and talk a little bit more about people's musical interests. But my friend, Mr. Chad, do you think now is a good time for a PSA?
Boots on the front. Our fireworks a new trigger warning. Word to the wise. Do you know a veteran? Do you know someone who served in at least one major war? Do you really think it's a good idea to blow shit up next to them? Think about where you set off your fireworks. We've just had 5 fireworks set off right down the street from where I'm recording right now. And it's not even joyous. There's no lights. There's no cheering. It's just one angry person just setting us things off. We called that postal back in our day. So please, consider where you're blowing stuff up. Are you just trying to make people angry? There's many ways you can do that. You could yell at your children for having interests outside of your own. You could write a Facebook message to your ex-girlfriend and leave the window up for your wife to see. There are many. But please, try not to blow stuff up. It's really counterproductive. You really think my friend, when he comes back from Iraq, is going to want to hear this crap all over again? Please. He probably isn't even hearing it now. He's actually in Kosovo right now, and before that he was in Kuwait, which is a regular place you can go to and visit. And that is this introduction. And if you're wondering why it's so sparsely written, because Chris Everson basically said, if I had gone by his script, I would have just said, hey, don't set off 4 fireworks because, it's Back to you,
Chad, thank you very much.
Holy shit, dude, that was great.
This has been a PSA from the Oddball Show. Chad, that was beautifully done.
That
really
was amazing.
Thank you.
Look at Ivan's hashtag. You're fired.
Works. You're fired. That's
so
amazing. He read the hashtag. You're fired.
You're fired. Works. That is
but this weekend is July 4th. Let's bring
great.
this back a little bit here.
Holy shit. Chad, good job on that one.
This weekend is July 4th. Many of you will be setting up fireworks. Please do so with being mindful of those who are veterans. That it's actually something that got brought up to me 2 days ago, and I'm like, wow, that's a really good idea. I would never think of that. But I mean, if you know who your neighbors are, and you know the people around you, it's an easy thing to forget, and that'll really screw something. So A cool little side note brought to me by social media this week. Be mindful of veterans that put up fireworks.
I think that's a fair PSA.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something I wouldn't have thought of.
So this weekend,
Pretty.
remember this weekend, instead of going to get fireworks, go up to New Hampshire for cheap liquor, or go to Mexico for cheap sex. It's up to you.
Go up to Mexico.
Go up to Mexico. Then go down to Canada.
This is ad-lib shit. You didn't say it. Go away.
Don't tell Trump that.
Trump. Did you say tell Trump that? Yeah. We can get into that too. Well,
We don't need to get into
Or
that.
Trump.
Yeah, don't tell
no,
Trump.
don't tell Trump that. Hashtag don't tell Trump. Go ahead.
Guy's a fucking moron. He's rich though.
He's better.
Well, that's the point. He doesn't think he's going to be president. He just is rich and knows it'll make him more money.
He's like 11% in the polls, though, man. It's Jed and him are the most.
There's 30 fucking candidates. The new one comes out every day.
But you know what? That's still an alarmingly sad number for you know what I mean? For that guy for 11% of the Republicans.
Well,
The GOP.
Or 81% is Jed.
Those polled, whatever. 11% of those polled on the GOP side to like support that guy. It's like that's scary, man. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck?
Well,
At least
Scary
it's
to
not,
me.
At least it's not California. He would have won already. You know, like I don't know. I know how many people remember the Onion article when there was that big recall. You know, it was the recall in the new election that got Schwarzenegger in office, and the Onion did a chart of everyone who was running, and they just threw in random shit. They threw in like Gary Coleman, a swordfish, Galactus,
swordfish.
Galactus, Devourer of Worlds, Gallagher.
Sideshow Mel.
Yeah, exactly. It's quite hilarious, and that's what this is starting to feel like to me already.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that. Every day there's a new one of them that just comes out and like, hey, it's a good idea. I think I should be ready. Even though I don't vote, I'm not a big Republican supporter, I can tell you which ones of you should like stick around and which ones shouldn't. And every couple of days a new one comes out and you're like, oh, no.
I'm going to write Chad in
It's
for
a
the
bad
Green Party.
idea. What'd you say?
I'm going to write Chad in for the Green Party. Vote Chad for the Green
For the
Party.
poetry party.
The Poetry Party.
Guys,
Start a poetry party with a write-in. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Poetry Party.
You do not want to vote for me. I'm telling you. This is. I can barely get my stuff together for ophthalmic assistant exam. You do not want to write me in for president.
I know you should be. I know the world would be a lot more groovy if you did.
Only if Didi Delgado is my running mate for vice president.
Hashtag Didi.
Then I might stand a chance, and then we're going to know who the power is behind the throne, and I would believe her ascension to be more palpable than Hillary's. But anyway, let's. Sorry, yeah, I said it.
I agree that Didi is more palpable than Hillary.
I agree.
And believe me, I don't want to see a Bush in office either, but I don't want to see a Clinton either. I don't want to see a Clinton either. I know.
Ivan just mic'd himself. He's smart. I'm not.
Those on the front. Chad left himself wide open. Ooh, another one. That's you. Yeah, that was bad.
Don't want the Bush in the office.
Oh, God.
What was that?
What?
That sounded like
Continue.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm just repeating what Chad said. Chad said Naz, man. Chad said Naz.
It was from the front. We have gone off the rails.
Bring it back. Yeats is running over.
Well, I had two different directions. Chad, did Didi host an edition of Stone Soup recently?
She hosted the Slam earlier in June, and she's going to be hosting the Slam that's taking place on July 13th, and we have a micro feature in the form of Yuri Hospodar, who's coming all the way. Yuri Hospodar is a person who is he was a part of Stone Soup history in the 80s and 90s. I actually met him in the late 90s, I think early 2000s, and he actually left the country, and he's coming back for a week, and he's going to be doing a quick set at Stone Soup, maybe like 10 minutes, and that's going to be the same night of the Slam. This is the only time we could fit him in, and it's probably going to be the perfect intro to, the festivities, because now we're going to have a micro feature and then go from there. And plus, Yuri is a great guy, and for anyone who's interested in Stone Soup's past, you should go to that. And for anyone who's interested in Stone Soup's future, definitely go to the Slam on the 13th and pay attention to more notices every 2 months for a Slam. We're going to average a Slam every 2 months. They're going to be fantastic.
Yeah,
If June's was any indication, and the prize money is going to be even larger, an even larger purse this time.
Chad, is it open to anyone to be in the Slam?
As long as you get there and sign up.
Chad is wide open to anybody. No, that was a good one. That's the one I was at, right, Chad? The June one?
No. I believe so.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
No. I didn't read.
That's the one we performed at. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I came to watch. No, that was a good one. Yeah.
That
was the one where
that dude
Go
one.
ahead, Jason.
That little that kid one. The dude one.
Yeah, the skinny dude, and then the Jewish girl came in second place with the Holocaust poem or something like that, or she had a couple. No. It was good.
Recall. It's so sad because I don't remember the names either right now. But
but no. She was. Yeah, she was. I actually liked that one the best. Or she had a couple where the content was similar, but she was talking about like, how though her people have been persecuted and yada yada yada. Like, not to minimize it, but like how she doesn't see like the hatred between the Iran. The Israel-Palestine.
I think you're talking about
how
Hannah.
everybody's the same.
Talking about Hannah.
Yeah, her. Yeah. She came in second place,
Hannah Brown.
right?
Yes.
Hannah
She
Brown.
did.
Yeah, no, I actually thought that was the most powerful piece content-wise, because she was like, yes, I'm Jewish, I'm proud of my people, I'm proud of, but I don't see the conflict, I don't hold anything. You know what I mean? Like, I just thought it was real peaceful, and she was very good performer as far as like her. Yeah, I don't know if charisma is the right word, but she was very emphatic in the way that she was reading, and very, in tune with the emotional aspect of what she was trying to say, which was all about, we're all different, but we're all peaceful, and everybody's been persecuted, and that doesn't mean that we have to hate each other, that type of stuff. So
yeah.
I say that sticks out to me because that was my first Slam event as far as like I'd read about it, heard it from you guys. I guess seen a little on TV here and there, but I had never actually gone to a slam poetry event, and I expected it to be a lot more like battle slamming, like people going at each other, or at least going at concepts like politics and stuff like that. And it wasn't. It was a lot of the poems were heavy. There was one girl who was talking about like appearances and female norms and stuff like that, and how every size and every shape and every color is beautiful. I thought that was very powerful too. But it was a lot of that. It was a lot of people, the poets really reading and performing about things that are near and near to them, but very emphatically, not just sitting up there and reading a poem, like getting into it and almost like you're behind the booth and spitting. I thought it was dope. I thought it was really
you know what, Ivan? When the first time I heard Hannah Brown, Chad, you remember this, right? She did that poem about 28 days or 28 seconds or something. Chad, you remember that poem she wrote about brutality? That poem was one of the most powerful poems I've ever heard in my life. That was an amazing poem.
The first poem I ever heard from her was, that I remember hearing from her, had to deal with the Michael Brown affair.
Brown. Yeah, she was counting it down.
And I think that was it. And that poem, the poem I eventually heard, made it into Oddball magazine.
Yeah, that's a great poem. I'm telling you, Hannah Brown is one of the poets to watch around Boston. She is going to be a big poet.
I feel bad I can't remember everyone in there, but who was at the Slam. But I can remember who won. I now know who won the Slam. Alex Hicks.
Alex Hicks, yeah. I've seen him a couple times.
Let me ask you this real quick. How does the winner get decided? Is it just audience? Through
picked judges who there were two elimination rounds, and I think it was five or seven people the last time, and it gets narrowed down through 2 or 3 rounds, as long as it takes. And luckily, we had the time to do this. We're hopefully going to be a little bit more fine-tuned as far as time, because sometimes our time is very short and sweet at the out of the blue. We've been lucky, but we had a great. It was a great practice session that we had that in June. It was pretty fantastic, and Dee Dee's done this before, and she actually implemented people who were experienced in taking the scores down and keeping track at the Lizard Lounge.
Is that how they do that? They were following the Lizard Lounge?
I think they asked like people who had been like taking scores at the Lizard Lounge and can't have for years, or just like been helping. I don't know if they've been doing it for years, but they were definitely helping. They definitely volunteered and they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. I got a question for you. If you were in the, and maybe for the audience, if we're in the slam, do you lose points for not memorizing your material? In your opinion, Chad?
I don't think you lose points for memorizing. I think it's preferred to go off the page. I think people favor you more if you do that. The one thing I know you definitely lose points. I think you lose a point for every. I think you lose a point for like every 15 seconds, or like you lose points for if you go over 3 minutes, basically.
Yeah.
And you basically have 5 people score, and you take out the lowest score and you take out the highest score, and then what's left in the middle and the median is what you have for your score.
Yeah. So when's the next slam? I know we got into a tangent, but when's the next slam, Chad?
July 13th, 2 weeks from now, and Dee Dee actually posted the information, and we'll be posting more in the next 24 to 48 hours. It's going to be exciting to do, and it's part of Soup's tour. And by Soup, I mean the Society of Urban Poetry, which is what Dee Dee's a part of, along with Nava the Butterfly, Hannah Brown, Matt Parker, and at least 1 or 2 other people whose names I'm forgetting. Apologies. But
Colin's part of it, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't think Colin's part of Soup. I think he's affiliated. I mean, he's done work with them. I don't know. What's that?
You can tweet the Soup Poets at SOUP Poets on Twitter. It's one of the best ways to get in touch with Dee Dee, or at least grab her attention on social media. Soup Poets are pretty active on Twitter, so follow them. And follow us on Twitter while we're here at JPLime, at Oddball Magazine, and we'll spit out the rest of the personal ones in a minute. But yeah, come follow us on Twitter.
Keep on listening to the show, because we are some dope-ass people. Right?
I think that's what you offer, man. You're a dope-ass person.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I mean, I try to be a dope-ass person, and I think I do that work. Yeah.
Yeah, you do pretty well.
Thank you.
All right, so let me swing it back a little bit to I want to talk about some music. I've been itching about it all week. It was part of my last weekend, and it'll be part of my next weekend, and it'll be something cool over July 4th weekend. So let me kick it off with a little. We'll talk about that, and I want to ask a question of the group. And I'm actually eager to hear, because it'll be a variety of different answers to this question. But this weekend, the Grateful Dead are playing their what's supposed to be their final show. This is what I wrote my article about this weekend. They're playing a 3-day run, and they're having 4 surviving members, and 2 people on keys, and then Trey Anastasio from Fish, which is an awesome replacement for Jerry Garcia. They're playing 3 shows this weekend, and they played 2 last weekend. I mean, there's a lot of different things that fascinate about it to me, but the coolest thing is just being able to sit there and watch an actual Grateful Dead show. Really just, it's my favorite band, and it really stuns me to be able to listen to these songs from a band that I never thought I'd be able to see. They officially ended in '95 with Jerry's dead, and they've done some reunion tours, and the members kept playing. But the idea of being able to see a Grateful Dead show, sit down and watch it, and like I did last weekend.
You done your radio show?
Sit in my living room and dance around my living room is pretty fantastic. The question I really wanted to pose, we can come back to that in a minute to talk about the Dead, but the question I want to pose to the group is there a group or a musical act out there that, either living or dead, that you would pay almost any amount of money to go see live. That you just, it's something that, like this weekend, each live stream was $20, and every night I was like, all right, well, either I should buy it or I shouldn't, but there was no amount of money that I was realistically not going to pay to watch the Grateful Dead.
So you're going to see the Grateful Dead?
No, I'm not going to see them. They're playing in Chicago at Soldier Field. A lot of my friends are, or at least some of my friends are, and they paid great amounts of money to go see them because it's supposed to be the final show.
Yeah. I read it on jplineproductions.com. Dope shit.
It's 50th anniversary, so I'm not going to see them, but I am gonna. What I'm gonna do is they do an awesome live stream on YouTube. They do it on pay-per-view.
Oh, awesome!
But yeah, it's great. It's like a really good quality. It's easy to do. It's really user friendly, and something that the band Fish has been a big thing of is getting their music online. Basically giving it away, but making it really easy for a wider audience to access their music. Which I don't know. It's to me, it's part of the new model for the music industry. That if you're trying to attack a larger audience, they're going to get there by the internet. You got to find a way to make that work for you.
Yeah, definitely.
So
your question is,
go ahead.
What is the band that I would die to see, die to see?
You pay almost any amount of money that you just, no matter what you're doing, you drop what you're doing, you have to go see them if they were to come to town.
Okay, well, you know what, living. People who are living right now, I'd like to see. I will pay always to go see Bright Eyes, The Descendants, and I would also go see The Shins, and one more that I've been listening to lately. I don't know. If I could pay all the money, honestly, Leonard Cohen. But Leonard Cohen's tickets are expensive, but I would love to go see Leonard Cohen. That would probably be my dream. Yeah, man. If he comes around, I gotta see him. $200 is his tickets. Yeah, he's kind of old now. He's like 84. But yeah, he's still doing his thing.
That's pretty awesome. I like that Leonard Cohen show. It's pretty distinct.
Yeah. But like living all-time bands that I'd like to see.
Yeah, something you think that you would never get to see.
All right, two bands: the Beatles and Pink Floyd would be my two favorite bands to see ever.
And which would you rather see more?
That's a good question. I guess I have to go with the Beatles.
Yeah.
Wait. No, guys. The Clash. The Clash.
Now we're talking.
The Clash. I would kill to see the Clash.
Go see them in some London basement.
Or the Kinks. Those are my two.
Damn.
Not the Beatles. Not Pink. Although I love Pink Floyd and the Beatles, it would be the Kinks and the Clash, and that's the Leonard Cohen.
Here's the one for me about your Pink Floyd choice. It's like interesting is that I got to see Roger Waters, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, and they played Dark Side of the Moon for the second set. It was outstanding. It was perfect, and that's a band that can be able to continue on if the two of them could get along. They could.
That's why I put that up as like one of my ones I want to see because also the same thing with the Kinks. They're two brothers who have an estranged relationship, so they don't play together.
Yeah. So
the same thing with Pink Floyd. They have an estranged relationship, so they don't play together. And the Beatles, it's impossible to hear the Beatles. Yeah, so those are the three. And the Clash, Joe Strummer died. Right. Rest in peace. So yeah. But the Clash in their heyday would be the most amazing show, I think. Like right after London Calling. Oh my God.
There you go. So all right, let's slide on over to Mr. Kogan. Well, we got him on the mic. Is there a group out there? And I know you're actually not. I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe you aren't much of a live music junkie. Like there isn't somebody out there. Maybe. But is there a group out there that you would pay almost any amount of money, or just drop what you're doing to go see because you would say either once in a lifetime opportunity or just an opportunity you can't pass up?
I thought about this long and hard, man, because I definitely love music. I actually do love live music when the band is beyond awesome and the music just unites everybody there. You guys mentioned a couple iconic rock bands. I was blessed enough to go see the Pink Floyd laser show at the Pavilion, and that was ridiculous. Like that was amazing. That was mind blowing to me. So to actually see them in their heyday and experience that would be ridiculous. Now if we're going I got my two though. So the one, because I gotta do like this punk rap kind of thing. So for I think it would be Tupac. I would want to see like a Tupac show in his heyday when Tupac had the world like waiting for his next word, his next movement, whether a word or he was gonna praise his mother. You know what I'm saying? Like he was that sort of rap figure that is crazy to me. And then for like a more kind of obscure, like dope vibe, you got punk rock type stuff. I would love to go to the underground, like London basement, like Joy Division punk club.
Ooh, Joy Division.
Like that would be ridiculous to me.
Yeah, man.
Those are some pretty good diverse answers.
That's very diverse, man. Joy Division? Wow. Fun. That's great.
I think the thing about seeing Tupac show too is that the amount of time is so little, you know, like, and you don't have a lot of time to go see a Tupac. You were, see you wouldn't have a whole wide expanse to choose from.
Would you want to like see Tupac around, his first album, or like more like, after, Me Against the World or something like that? Like,
great question. So I'll be real. I want to see Tupac like near the end of his maturity, like a Tupac like that we almost could have seen, and then doing like an anthology set. You just see like the pieces of the man, because he's such a true Gemini. You know what I mean? Like you want to just see conflict and just greatness, man. He's nuts. Yeah,
it would be great to see Tupac live. I know that he did a House of Blues. I don't know if, but that was after like he was blown up. Like I like to, because like all the stories of Tupac is like he was like, like down and dirty in people's basements doing rap shows and stuff, and that's like the illest shit right there. Another band I'd like to see is Tribe Called Quest.
There you go.
That's just.
But, and that's another one that it's impossible, or maybe they'll come back together.
Maybe not impossible,
but it's not likely to happen. They've never talked about like
you want to see Tribe.
But I love the idea of seeing Tupac, ever. That'd be amazing. Definitely. I mean, like to hear like Keep Your Head Up and live would be like pretty fantastic. One other dude I'd like to see now is Kendrick Lamar. I'd like to see Kendrick Lamar because I think he's the newest, hottest shit going on right now. So like, I'd like to see Kendrick Lamar.
He tore up Bonnaroo apparently. His set at Bonnaroo was one of the people. I mean,
Did you see it? You live tweeted it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen like Instagram videos. I've seen a little bit on YouTube. I haven't seen a whole lot.
Man, how does he keep such a cool head? He's so mellow.
Very zen about him, man. He doesn't wear a lot of like name brands, and he doesn't like.
He's like
he's not a very showy person. He seems like he's very introverted. He seems like he, I don't know. He's got a very. I don't know. Some of the things that he was talking about on Butterfly, as far as his process and as far as the growth that he's gone through.
Oh man, yeah.
About finding his center and about like going different directions and then coming back to to home. Defining a center,
And then I mean, not spoiling it. It's not a spoiler alert, but he's talking to who we're talking to. So at the end of the thing, so like he's just got so much emotional depth. Anyway, dude, keep on going. Sorry, I keep on coming up with these. Like I'm excited about this topic. It's a good topic.
Well, I was going to go to Ivan next, because we were just talking about Tupac, but I'm not going to. Let's jump on over to Mr. Chad Perrin. So, is there someone out there, in any kind of musical genre, really, that you, not this, well, I mean, whether you think that you would be able to or not, that it would be an opportunity you couldn't miss to go see them perform live?
It's probably because I'm the village elder of the group, but in answer to your question, and for those of you who are just on the show waiting for me to talk, the question was what musical acts would I like to see, whether possible or impossible. I go back to the impossible. I go back in time. Being the elder, I go back in time, and the two distinct opportunities that will never be go through my head. The first one is seeing a live performance of Janis Joplin, Big Brother and Holding Company.
Buddy.
Ball and Chain is one of my favorite live songs to hear of all time. And for a few years, and still now today, I was. It's been reared back a little bit just because I don't have the money to spend on on all his music. But for a few years, I was on a big Miles Davis kick.
Oh,
There you
Miles
go.
Davis.
I was hoping you were going to say something jazz related.
Yeah.
And I would love to see. I mean, it's probably a good idea to think, oh, go back to when he was kind of blue and still had Coltrane with him. But
Yeah.
but in reality, I would love to go to. I would love to go to the bit sometime after the Bitches Brew sessions when it was just him and a rock band and a guy who was like playing like I think it was clarinet. They did an interview with him one time and he asked Miles like, "Why am I here with like all these musicians?" And I guess Miles said, "Well, people like seeing you move your fingers." Like, you know, and it just that whole period of just like seeing the live sessions, which I haven't heard enough of, like the live stuff. I have Bitches Brew on my iPod of all things, and it's amazing stuff to listen to. It's like it's like a half-hour music session. If you get like the actual Bitches Brew song, and then there's the outtakes, it's wonderful stuff. I would love to see something right after he had like hit his new voice like that, and being a kind of like a rare performance of that.
I like that. There's also something too. I like how each of you guys have brought up.
Well, you know, Michael Jackson would be dope too. Let's be honest. I didn't even think of that. To see Michael Jackson in his heyday would be amazing. Amazing.
Quick anecdote on that, or whatever you want to call it. I got hungry today. It happens. So I went to go to this little Vietnamese shop in Fields Corner, and on their flat screen TV, all they were playing was like a Michael Jackson block.
Nice.
A video, Beat It. Gonna Make a Change. I done heard the Michael Jackson ad-libs all day.
Nice.
Shout out to the red jacket with the zippers.
Yeah, like, dude, that would be dope. Like, to see him at the MTV Music Awards or whatever when he first did the moonwalk. Holy shit, that'd be iconic.
It would be. Totally would be. Wow, we got some good. All right, so let's close it up. Mr. Ivan, Mr. Scholar, what is it? Who is that person? I know you've got a couple. I know that you've got probably a list, really.
Yeah, well, I've been fortunate enough to see a lot of my favorites because I do go to a lot of concerts. I was gonna say Michael Jackson as my top choice, but you know.
What era, Michael?
I mean, honestly, I'd like to see Remember the Time era, Michael. I think that's when I think he peaked at Thriller, but I think he was still. You know, he was still fantastic during the Bad album, and not that he wasn't great after that, but to me, you know, Thriller then Bad represents like his zenith, even though obviously Thriller is the zenith. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see a set involve. I mean, Remember the Time is my favorite Michael Jackson song. I'd like to see Bad. I'd like to see Liberian Girl. I'd like to see you know, Thriller, Billie Jean. Anything from Off the Wall. I'd like to see that era, Michael. The good thing is there's a lot of footage of him from that era, so it's like, you know, obviously you can't bring him back to life and go see him, but you know, it's there for everybody to watch. Along those same lines, I'd like to see holiday era Madonna. I think that would be fantastic, and she's actually coming to Boston in a few months, and I'm you know, it would be a pretty pricey ticket, but that might be one that I might break the bank for, especially with Amy Schumer opening up for her. That's just a hell of a set. Yeah, that's just a hell of a set right there. Yeah, the thing about Madonna now is she does all her dance music, and you know, her dance music is fantastic. But I'd like to see, you know, like old school Madonna, so to speak. You know, like everything from Lucky Star to Like a Virgin to Vogue to Justify My Love, that era Madonna. As far as rappers, I mean, obviously Tupac. You guys know Tupac is my favorite rapper, so it's hard for me not to say that. But
hey, I'm sorry. Can I butt in real quick? Can I ask before you jump in the next rest of your rappers? Can I ask you a follow-up Madonna question?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. If you're gonna go see Madonna, you know, now, are you afraid that you'll be disappointed? I have a whole list of classic rockers that are still out there. You know, that like I got to check them off my list before they stop playing. Eric Clapton is one that I saw, and it disappointed me to no end. I ended up getting Robert Randolph and the Family Band as an opener, which, you know, I became a lifelong fan of them. But Eric Clapton he was old, and he was sitting down, and like it we paid a good amount of money to go see him, and we were really excited about it. And it was somebody that like it was built up, and it was checking off my list. Same as Madonna, and for you. Are you afraid that or are you fully confident that she will be everything you hope, or at least what you hope?
I'm not afraid because I mean, they'll publish what song she's planning on playing before before they actually before you can research what kind of set she's gonna do before buying the ticket. So I'm pretty sure it's mostly her dance music, like her newer stuff that were newer being the last 15 years or so. But I'm not entirely sure that she won't do old school stuff. So I'm not afraid about it. But yeah, I wouldn't break the bank to see her do just her dance stuff. And she's her dance music is phenomenal. She's got the most #1 dance songs ever. She's the top dance selling artist of all time. And that's after her quote unquote heyday, where we're talking about the songs I mentioned, Holiday, Lucky Star, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I wouldn't pay $400 or $500 to see Amy Schumer and Madonna and not have Madonna do the shit that I really want to see.
If you were paying $400, I'm sorry. If you were paying $400, would you then be worried that she was going to suck? Even if you knew she was going to play the stuff you wanted to see?
No.
Would you? No.
Well, I mean, I've seen her perform recently just on TV, and she still kicks ass. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Yeah. I mean, I would be worried if if she were like really old and decrepit and stuff, and it's just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I may not want to see that, but she's still, she's still got the move. She's still very active on stage, and she still brings it. So no, I mean, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, she has a bad day, obviously, but yeah, I wouldn't necessarily be afraid of that. I'm not gonna say Prince because I've seen Prince.
How was that? Was that good?
Best concert ever. I mean, the second best concert I've ever been to because I'm a rap guy. I'm a hip hop guy. But yeah, I mean, it's
what was your first best concert?
The Up in Smoke tour with Ice Cube, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That was crazy.
Yeah, Space, you were there, right?
I was gone, but I was there.
Yeah. We took a big road trip. It was me, Space, and 5 or 6 other guys. And this was pre 9/11, so like it was just a big hot box in that motherfucker at the Worcester Centrum. It was just filled with smoke. So when I mentioned that I've seen a lot of my favorites, I mean that was the first time I saw Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's another one of my favorite. I saw him front row in 2005. And when he did his, obligatory Tupac tribute, Hail Mary comes on at one point, and I lose my fucking mind. I'm sitting there rapping along to Hail Mary, and no lie, like he comes right up to me, kneels, looks me dead in the eye and starts rapping with me, and it threw me off. I jumped back into my girlfriend, and I was like, holy shit, Snoop Dogg was just rapping with me. I didn't know what to do. I've seen Bone Thugs and Harmony. I've seen Nas. I've seen Jay-Z. I've seen Mary J. Blige. I've seen DMX. I've seen a lot of those motherfuckers multiple times. Run DMC. I've seen Sugar. I saw Run DMC when they were old. I saw Run DMC in '88.
Whoa! Bring it back to '88!
Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw the Fat Boys. I saw Kool Moe Dee, Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick. I saw Public Enemy. I've seen a lot of my favorite acts, but the one act that I didn't see, that if I could make, like I said, we said Michael Jackson, Tupac, but the one that I as far as hip hop goes, and maybe all time, that I would love to see that can't happen, at least in its in authenticity, NWA.
Oh yeah.
NWA.
Excellent choice. Yeah.
I would kill to see NWA in their heyday, with Eazy-E and Ice Cube and all those, I would kill to see that. Fuck the Police, Straight Outta Compton. I would kill to see that era NWA.
Well, man, that movie's coming out, man.
I was about to say too, because that's one of the coolest things when they do a biopic correctly. It kind of gives you that little bit of like, seeing another piece of them, seeing a piece of them now.
I didn't want to bring I wanted to bring this up but it's Amy Winehouse. They're making a movie of Amy Winehouse's life, so you can actually see what she was like. What fame did to her. They're doing a whole movie called Amy, and it's about Amy Winehouse. So that's dope too. I saw that at iTunes.
That's cool, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm not that intrigued by Amy
Well,
Winehouse.
no one is because they don't know her lifestyle. I know like one song and I hated that song, but I guess she was really, really a very talented.
Oh, I love her as a singer. I really do like her whole what's it called, Back in Black.
Have you heard the whole album?
Oh yeah, man, I own that album. That
I
album.
only heard Rehab, man. That's what song I heard.
Yeah, she's a great singer, and that was the other thing too. Since you bring her up, is that I never understood. She seemed like she had a huge following already. I mean, in England versus America, obviously, but it seemed like people knew who she was before I understood that people knew who she was. You know what I'm saying?
What's Chad's hashtag?
Live from East Reykjavik. Apparently, he's a Bjork fan. I was going to ask the follow-up question. You know, what's the best concert you've ever seen? Since I haven't brought it up. Apparently, live from East Reykjavik with Bjork is Chad's answer. What's the best concert you've ever seen?
Who, me?
No, Space.
Besides JP Lime?
You haven't seen
Oh, you said seen, not performed in. My bad.
Yeah, whatever happened to those guys? God, I wish we could.
They started an online magazine and just kind of fell off the map.
Yeah, that's a sucker thing.
They teamed up with this poetry site, and that was, they jumped the shark after that.
That's in a poetry magazine. You might as well just throw your money out in the wheelbarrow. Yeah.
Oh, you wheelbarrows.
Oh, poets. Wheelbarrows. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Well played, sir.
It would probably
Alright,
be the
so here,
fucking
let's,
smoke tour.
Oh,
Just like Ivan. Yeah.
Yeah?
Would be
You said you were gone. You said you didn't even remember that show.
gone, meaning I was present, but I was gone. I was there though. I got it. It was maybe
That was a fun day, man. We got up. We were smoking like before the ride, on the ride. We stopped to buy weed, and then rode some shit up and rode. It was just one big smoke fest. It was one big smoke fest. But the fucking concert itself was awesome. It was Eminem. It was Marshall Mathers era Eminem.
Yeah.
The West Side, Ice Cube with the West Side Connection with WC and Mac 10.
Ooh, Mac 10.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no, Big Snoop Dogg. What?
Yep. Dr. Dre. Oh, it was great, man. It was Dre before he was like on steroids. He was still kind of chubby and still
Yeah, why is he
still
all
cared about rapping. You know what I mean?
very healthy man? You know, can I chime in with my favorite shows ever? I'll tell you.
Yeah, what is it?
All right, I saw Radiohead, OK Computer era.
There you go.
That was awesome. And I saw Bright Eyes play both the Digital Earn album and Bright Eyes play the I'm Wide Awake It's Morning album from start to finish, and it was amazing. It was.
Bright Eyes your favorite band?
Yeah, probably one of my favorite bands.
Right on.
Oh, I also saw them. Another time I saw them was at the Good Life at Somerville Theater when it was Somerville Theater and like not Mr. Crep was next to it. It was like the Someday Cafe, and the Somerville Theater was like this really like grungy place, and it was awesome. And I saw them with the Good Life and Mayday, and that was one of the best shows I've ever been to.
You know who puts on a great show, even to this day? LL Cool J. I've seen him like 3 or 4 times, and including 87, 88ish. He was at. I'm pretty sure he was either at the Run DMC concert or I saw him headline not too long before or after that. It's a little hazy, but LL Cool J back then and LL Cool J now, like. He still puts on an amazing show, and he's got hits, and he's one that he'll do his hits. Yeah. Like, he could have a brand new album out, and he's going to do I'm Bad, he's going to do Hey Lover, he's going to do Around the Way Girl, he's going to do Rock the Bells. Like LL knows how to put on a fucking fantastic set.
Is he going to do Mama Said Knock You Out, or he doesn't do that one?
Yeah, no, he does. Yeah, no, I've seen him do Mama Said Knock You Out. When I saw the best LL memory for me was that late '80s concert. It was actually when Walking with a Panther was out. So it was before. Yeah, it was before Mama Said Knock You Out. But no, he just puts on an amazing set. And even another one I've seen twice. Again, back in the '80s, they They played right before Run DMC at that. That Run DMC concert was fantastic too. I mean, Up in Smoke, those are my guys, Dre, Snoop. But that Run DMC concert, it was, I believe the set was Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, followed by Public Enemy, followed by the Fat Boys, followed by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Headlining Run DMC.
Yeah.
So DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince put on a fantastic fucking show back in the late 80s, and I saw him at a Kiss concert. For everybody out there on the internet, Kiss 108 FM is one of the stations here in Boston. They throw a summer jam type concert every year. I saw him at a Kiss concert. I want to say maybe 05, 06, 07-ish, maybe 04, 05. And he had Jazzy with him. And again, he does his hits. It was when he had that Switch song. Hey, Switch, that song, that album. I forget exactly what it was called. But he had that album out, but he did Parents Just Don't Understand. He did the theme song to freaking what's it called? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He did, Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble. He did his hits and he did his newer shit. And that's the kind of stuff I like. My worries when you go see some of these, iconic artists is that they're just going to do their new shit, because a lot of times they get snobby and they do that, and you know what? That's cool, but to me that's a big fuck you to your fan base. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I mean, I got to give those guys credit. What's up?
And from an artist perspective, you got to understand that playing your old shit all the time, it's got to be get boring. But you got to know that that's what these people are paying big money to come see you. Like you got to have a different mindset about it, I think, than rather than just getting bored by your playing the same song every night. You got to be okay with that.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I feel you on from the artist standpoint, because I get sick, I get sick of doing our old shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine what it's like for Madonna.
Right.
But again, like, if we're seeing Madonna money, I would do Paper Chase 17 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey, it's about the fan base.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say Janet Jackson, like Rhythm Nation and shit like that. No.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't break the bank to see Janet Jackson.
If she came out with a new album, you wouldn't go see Janet Jackson?
I wouldn't break the bank. No, I'd go see her. I wouldn't break the bank to go. Yeah, like I would go see DMX again. I wouldn't break the banks to see DMX. I saw Kendrick.
Hey, how was DMX live? Was he good? Was DMX?
No, DMX is another one who puts on a fantastic show, and he does his hits. He always does his hits, and he's always got all this energy. But no, K Dot's pretty good on stage. I don't know if I'd break the bank for K Dot.
You saw Kendrick?
I did see Kendrick Lamar.
When? Where?
A couple of years ago during the Good Kid, Mad City run in Lowell.
Oh shit, he played Lowell?
Yeah, he played Lowell.
Wow,
and Nas is another one. I love Nas. I'd rather listen to his shit than watch it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is he subdued on stage? I feel like he's not very.
He's a rapper.
Who, Nas?
He's a rapper. He's an MC. As far as a performer, yeah, there are performance elements to his set because he's experienced now, but he's an MC. He gets Eminem's another one. Fantastic rapper, but you're watching them rap.
Yeah.
And that's even when y'all said Tupac, Tupac to me stands out because he had so much energy on stage. He wasn't just a rapper. Yeah. Same with DMX, you know what I mean? Guys like that. But some of these guys I'd rather listen to. Kendrick, love him. I'll see him again, but I'm not gonna break the bank to see Kendrick unless there's he's headlining a fantastic tour. You know what I mean?
I gotta wonder what he's like live, man.
He's good. He ain't bad. He's good. His songs are good. He engages the crowd. Even Jay-Z, he's got all the money in the world, but he's a rapper. He's up there rapping.
I enjoy
it's an interesting distinction, especially for hip hop. That you can be up there just not really perform, not giving it an extra element that you could not get.
There's a couple of cats I've seen that I really enjoyed. I saw Atmosphere, I saw Evidence, I saw Brother Ali. Yeah. I saw Lyrics Born. All those guys put on really fantastic shows. I saw Lyrics Born in Portland with 7 people and no one knows who Lyrics Born is for some reason. I have no idea why. But that dude is, if you ever get to hear him, he is a fantastic rapper, both live and on CD.
I'd rather watch Salt and Pepper, to be honest with you.
There you go.
Money? Yeah, I mean, and granted, Salt and Pepper Show, you're not gonna
They
break.
played like
these
3 days ago, man. They played like 3 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. No, I know. You're right. But yeah, I like a Salt and Pepper Show. They'll go out there. They'll put it on. And you know what? A little bit, straying a little off topic. Not exactly hip hop, but TLC is another one. If I could see them in their prime,
Yeah.
yeah, I would kill to see TLC in their prime. They'll put on a show for you. I've seen Beyonce. She puts on a fucking show for you. You know what I mean? And I'm not like, hardcore into her music like that. I respect it. But, give me Rihanna, Beyonce. I like Rihanna's music better. I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay the type of money. I've seen Rihanna perform. I'm not gonna pay
I paid to
the
see
same
Rihanna
type
perform.
of money to see Rihanna perform as I would Beyonce, because Beyonce puts on a fucking show and a half. Like a Beyonce show is an experience. A Prince show is an experience. I can only imagine a Michael Jackson show and a Madonna show is an experience.
Well,
Mark Anthony even on the salsa tip. You know what I'm saying? But Daddy Yankee, I love Daddy Yankee's music. I'm probably not gonna break the bank to see a Daddy Yankee.
Dude,
I'll pay some money.
if you ever want to see a good live show of Michael Jackson, live at Bucharest, man. That is like or Budapest, live at Bucharest.
Those
Is
are
it
both places,
Bucharest?
you know that, right?
Huh? What?
Those are both places.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think it's live at Bucharest, man. It could be Budapest.
Sure, it's not West Reykjavik.
Is that where Reykjavik? Huh?
All right, so that was pretty good. I mean, that was a pretty good response to that.
Dude, that was
We're coming up on midnight here on
on the East Coast. Yeah.
So I was thinking it's almost time to wrap up. Do you guys want to do a little bit of complete the lyric, or you want to save that for another time? Because I was thinking either do the complete the lyric and then close out with a little what's going on at Street and Lime and Oddball Magazine, or we're gonna just jump right to that if people are feeling like it's time to hurry along. Play a little game. We can do like three or four complete the lyrics here.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Right on. All right. So everybody remembers their buzzer sounds and or devices and or tic-tac containers.
That's my buzzer.
All right. All right. So we're gonna jump around a little bit. The hip hop ones I've selected are fairly old school nature. Therefore, they should include all of our poets and MCs alike. Let's start in the hip hop round. Hands on your buzzers, please. The invincible microphone fiend Rakim, spread the word, cause I'm in blank. Scholar, come on in.
Oh fuck.
Cause I'm in. Here, I'll give you a quick hint. The first line is spelled out.
The first line is what?
It's spelled out as letters.
Oh, EFFECT.
Yeah.
There it is.
Ding! Point Scholar, thank you very much. A smooth operator operating correctly. That's Microphone Fiend by Eric B. and Mark Kim.
Yeah.
Let's stay with the little old school hip hop. Keep your hands on your buzzers, please. A dope MC is a dope MC with or without a record deal. All can see, and that's who KRS be, son. Blank. Oh, KRS-One falls on deaf ears.
I like it.
No.
Your cadence is different. It's fucking me up.
Yeah. Rap like KRS-One.
Yeah.
With or without a record deal, all can see, and that's who KRS be, son. I'm not the run of the mill, because for the mill, I don't run.
I don't run. Yeah, there you go. I'm not the run of the mill.
KRS
No,
song.
I don't run.
That's in the world. That's Rapture. That's great.
All right.
All right. So let's switch genres here real quick. Let's bring up my favorite band, the Grateful Dead, and see if anybody knows what's there. Once in a while, you get shown the light. Blank.
Shit,
Maybe because I put it on our site.
Trucking? I don't know what it is.
Once in a while.
rather not train. Wait.
All right. Oh, damn.
All right, these are making us sound like we've never listened to a CD before in our life.
I feel like I'm just picking the wrong bands for everybody. I was gonna go Beatles next, but I'm a little.
Yeah, go with the Beatles. I got the Beatles. Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm gonna give you like 4 lines, and you can give me the last.
Okay.
Ready? Hands on your buzzers. He wear no shoe shine. He got toe jam football. He got monkey finger. He shoot Coca-Cola. He say, I know you, You know me. One thing I can tell you is...
You got to be free.
Dang, that is Jason.
And we have to take out 50 points because he doesn't. He's
What
got,
is
he's
you got to be free?
That's right. You got to be free.
That is
All right,
awesome.
we'll do one more. We'll just jump back into hip-hop real quick.
Let's do hip-hop. I know this shit. Come on.
All right, here we go. You ready? Here, this will be the last one, and then we'll do a little close out with some news from J. Lamb and Oddball. Falling back on that ass with a hellified gangsta lean.
Getting funky on the mic like an old veggie collard green. This the capital S, or yes, I'm fresh and double OP, D-O-double-G-Y-D-O-double-G, you see?
That is
keep
it.
going.
Ding, 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 ding. And actually...
I got one. Can I do one?
I think it says collard
Absolutely,
green, not
please.
collard greens.
I got one.
Collard green, right?
No, dude, it's collard green. Are you serious? I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
Whatever.
All right, I got one. Everybody, hands on your buzzer.
All right.
A, B, C.
As easy as 1, 2, 3.
There you go. Good.
Run those Tic Tacs!
Well, judging by my tally over here by my advocates,
Hold on.
Scholar is our big... why?
Wait,
Jason
wait.
wants to chime in?
I got one.
All right.
Back in the days when I was a teenager, before I had status and before I had a...
Pager?
Skygram Pager?
That is correct.
Hey.
But that's because I gave him the line, man. That's all right. Good. You got the Sharp Call Quest. Good.
But you thought it was college greens?
No, college grade. Get funky on the mic like a whole bunch of college grade. Oh.
Dude,
College grade.
Well, you have to admit, either interpretation doesn't make much sense.
No,
We-
collard
we-
greens. Collard greens smell funky.
Dude, it would make more sense to be like funky on the mic like a whole bunch of college grades. Like, you know, like a bunch of dudes in college like hitting on the mic,
When
man.
the colored greens go old, they smell funky. And he's
Yeah.
saying that he is
Oh
I
my
take it back.
God.
Jason makes
There's a
this.
very
That's
big rap side
hilarious.
inside of me that's dying right now.
Yo!
Well, man.
This
Hashtag
I'm glad you
is
Jason.
said it out
fantastic.
loud.
This one has to be a segment where we take lyrics that might be heard incorrectly and we break them down.
Or we
For
can
you real quick.
we can just throw 12 songs at Jason and ask him to like
And ask him, what does it say?
rap genius them on his own without using the
Give me
website.
I kind of want to hear that more, actually.
Give me another song. All right?
Hashtag Jason
No.
should have said Nas.
Jason should have said Nas.
Jason should have said, nah.
But that wasn't
Look at chat finally
that's
playing out. Well
man.
done, my friend. Well done.
All right, you go. Give me one more. All right, I feel like I'm failing here.
Give you one more what?
Give me one more lyric.
Nah, dog. Lyrics is done. All right. But a scholar won it. Overwhelmingly, really.
Oh yeah, he ready.
Thank you. Matter of fact,
So that was the first
I'll take it.
Definitely be coming back to that. I really like the idea of the pop lyrics.
All right, you know, next time I'm gonna.
all kinds of different genres. I will seek that out. I'll make it a little more punchy, and that'll be a segment that'll come on back in later.
So what you?
What you want? What you want? All right, so let's. This has been a great show. I really
This has been a
appreciate
good one. I hope the mics all worked out.
Speaking off the random energy, let's do a little closeout here. Let's talk to the peoples on the interwebs about what is going on. Firstly, at Oddball Magazine, please, Jason, run us off.
A lot's been going on Oddball Magazine right now. We have Chad. You wanna start off with that? A little bit what's going on with Oddball? Yeah, I wrote this. I had a bad week, so I wrote a depressing poem. But besides that, a lot of people have been cheerful at Oddball. Andrew Bourne is taking a 2-week hiatus. I don't know where he went, but he's on vacation. So Andrew did not come through. But who came through really well was Liza Zayas with another Underground Garden. Great stuff.
That's right, Jason, and I would recommend some other pieces. I love the poem by Mel Waldman from Wednesday. I hate picking favorites, but Mel's been in the magazine for a little bit. This is my favorite of his, which is a dream he has of being with Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah, that was a cool poem.
John Gray did a great one. Kenyatta John Paul Garcia, Bill Harvey, of course, and for 4th of July. There's a poem that James Van Loy recited He actually wrote it for Memorial Day and recited it the Monday beforehand, or actually the Monday of Memorial Day. A Memorial Day poem for Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. And I thought it was a very appropriate piece, even for the 4th of July today, so, this weekend. So I included that, and I highly recommend you get a shot at that. And again, props to Liza Zayas for Underground Garden. Definitely checking out. I definitely hope to make it to one of the events that she's sponsoring. My life has been so busy. I so wanted to go to the Prince tribute concert, but could not.
That would be awesome.
I'm a big fan of Prince too, Ivan, but. I recommend going, of course, not only checking out the Twist a Line segment for tomorrow, but hopefully we actually had a little bit of absence from Janet Cormier with her commentary column Bamboozled No More. I'm hoping she comes back tomorrow. And we'll also have a preview of our Stone Soup feature on Monday and Stone Soup servings. Check out Colin Killick. He was actually an essential part of Oddball episode 6.5, which was the Poets with Disability panel transcription with recording transcription with Jason, Hannah Brown, who we talked about today, Rick McIntyre, and who's going to be in the audience during the Stone Soup Slam. I have good authority on, and of course a member of Flatline Poetry, Louis Reginald Morris. You should check out episode 6.5. You should check out all the Oddball Show episodes, but definitely check out Stone Soup Servings with Colin's work and see him in the audience on Monday.
Chad, I just want to also give props to Allison Golden for coming through with that art with poem with Mel Waldman that complimented it really well. And then
Good
there was
stuff.
art, yeah. Then Regina Valuzzi's art, which is usually like cell structures and stuff. She did work with Nikhil Nath.
Yes.
And also Ira Joel Haber. He's from where's he from? He's from New York, right?
He's New York, yes.
Yeah, 2 poems by John Gray. Man, Ira Joel Haber is one to watch. Man, he's great. And also, Bill Harvey coming through with his. Bill Harvey's a dude from Detroit who just started sending us comics. It's great.
That's awesome.
We love it. And if you want to be depressed, read my Jagged Thought 81, 93 till infinity. But
he comes back next week. Spoiler: Jason comes back strong next week in his next Oddball column.
Yes, I do.
All right. Where do the people find you? Those of you who are Oddball Magazine, where can we communicate with you? Be part of your lives.
Sorry. I was looking at the hashtags over here.
Well, there's a lot of them going on. But here, I'll tell them. It's at oddballmagazine.com, where it's really the
Educated
poetry magazine that you can find online. I really do. What about on the Twitters and the Instagram?
Okay, so hold on. You can find Oddball Magazine at oddballmagazine.com. You can find Chad at what do you Chad at? Chad Poet for Hire.
On Chad Parento, poetforhire.com. My blog is also Chad Parento, poetforhire.blogspot.com. I just revamped my blog so it looks less garish. It was black with white text. It was such an eyesore, but I've added a bunch of updates, a bunch of new stuff. I'm always putting stuff on my blog, and there's stonesoupoetry.blogspot.com, which probably deserves its official domain name, so I got to get off the blogger. So hopefully that will happen soon. What?
That was it. Off the blogger.
For those of you, okay, I was going to throw this in real quick. Those of you on the internet, or even those of us in the circle that are not paying attention to the side panel, we have a little written side panel that we send to each other that it works very well for communication. That we don't want to talk about over here. It also works really well for cracking the shit out of Jason and for adding hashtags throughout the show, which we will then tweet out later on. It's really important that you follow the hashtags because those are things that especially off the blogger, really. That's going to trend tomorrow. I fully predict off the blogger trends tomorrow.
No, I like how I haven't wrote.
All right. So anyway, so that's Oddball Magazine. Thank you very much, gentlemen. That is the region's best poetry magazine.
Hold up.
Let us chime in real quick with my friend, my partner, my brother from another mother, Mr. Spaceman. What is going on for you at jpnrproductions.com this week?
This week, man, I was having some words with I wanted to just put some cones and some wet pavement in front of my house. Like half the house had to just step out the back doors. All that being said, I do want to say, everybody, please do your part to engage in some civic engagement. Do not be silent. Speak up for your rights. And I will be writing more at www.jplineproductions.com, baby.
Obviously, I know why I did all this, because I really wanted to provide.
Excellent space. Hey, Chad.
Could you help me get
We can hear you, bud.
ready for camping for Sunday?
All right. So that's Colgan's half. He does an ongoing piece called Into Space, where he talks about some poignant pieces in his life. This week being a construction crew outside his house. So check that out. And then this week I'm also, as we were starting to talk a little bit about earlier, I'm really big on the Grateful Dead concerts this week and last weekend. I got to live stream a couple last weekend. I'll do the same this weekend. I got some friends going to Chicago. But it's a really big music event for those of us hippies out there. And it's really easy to catch the live stream. There's a lot to see and read about it. So go check us out at jplineproductions.com. Your one-stop shop for all things Line. Mr. Scala, who is the third wheel on our triumvirate, is freshly back from Puerto Rico. So, Scala, you want to talk to the peoples about what might be going on for next week?
I feel like I'm the engine. I don't know if I'm the third wheel, but
how about third wheel on a tricycle? You can't ride a tricycle without
I
three
got you. I'm fucking with you. Yeah, no. Yeah. So yeah. Prof points out. I did. I'm literally back today. Today is July 2nd. If you're listening in syndication. I was in Puerto Rico from June 23rd through July 2nd. First time in 21 years. For me in Puerto Rico. It had been a good 21 years since I went to the island, and I am of Puerto Rican descent. So it was a very therapeutic, fun, exciting, and spiritual trip for me. And I took a shit ton of pictures, a couple of videos, or a few videos, and I'm gonna write a piece about it, which you'll see next week on jplineproductions.com. So. I'm going to get into, you're going to see a lot of really beautiful sights. You're going to see some funny shit going on. You're going to hear some funny shit going on. And some of it's a little deep, too. So, I kind of cover the spectrum. That's my plan. Or the trip covered the spectrum. So my plan is to, convey that in, online through the magazine and writing via pictures with some of my commentary. So look out for that. I'm excited to write it. It's great to be back, guys. I feel great. Having had that little break, but like I said before, I love that dirty water. Boston, you're my home, so go Oddballs, go JP Line Productions, and profits on you, homie.
Well, this has been an excellent episode of the Oddball Show. We bounced around a little bit, we talked, played some games. We listened to Jason laugh quite a bit. That was entertaining. We all like that when that happens. Please join us every. I was going to say every Thursday. Please join us every week at the Oddball Show. We may be switching to a new time slot, focus on that. But for all information, all the things that you've heard tonight, check out oddballmagazine.com and jplineproductions.com. We are two different brands going on in Boston. Find some common ground. People that are looking for something a little bit unique, a little bit different. But certainly that there are other people out there that are really interested in the same shit as you. So. Come find us at the Oddball Show. We are all oddballs here. I don't know. That seems about it for the night. Check us next week and find us at JP Line and at Oddball Magazine. Thanks very much. Good night.
Notice on the front, there's no music.